Hey everybody, it's me. It's Shitstorm. You know who I am. Now, I am here with the one and only.
What's up, guys? It's the N to the O to the V to the A to that crazy K. Back again, once again, representing the House of No Vatican, right here on Reality and Play, where we make play a reality.
Now, we are watching main event. And for you stupid idiots that don't know, main event is just a highlight reel of what happened.
I like that little Y2J reference you got in there. There's two of them!
Yes. So, we watch it because it's entertaining.
And there was nothing else on, let's be honest. No, on.
Yeah. That's usually what main event is. Now, we just watched, just a few minutes ago, a cruiserweight match.
Before that, though, there's one thing that everybody has been avoiding talking about for a long time. Look at the thighs on Rhino.
I got nothing on that one. You got me at a loss of words.
They're bigger than my arm.
Show your arm. Show your arm.
Like, they are bigger than that.
They really are.
That is a man who has not skipped leg day in 20 years.
And you know what? Rhino, I've never been a huge fan of Rhino. Don't get me wrong. I like the gore. But I've just never been a big fan.
It's the gore and the whore.
Was that another one? That was another Jericho reference.
Jerichoholic.
That's 3. How many can we get in this video?
I
Wait,
mean,
no, that was 4 because you said you were a Jericho Hulk. That is 4.
Apparently, 1, 2, 3 breakdown is Jericho. Drink it in, man.
That's 5. That's 6. Now, this is 1, 2, 3 breakdown. Problem is, I haven't done a breakdown in a while.
But after this one, you'll never, ever be the same again.
That's another one. We are just Jerichoing it up in here. It's the gift of Jericho.
Drink it in, man.
They just sound like a damn hippie.
I haven't smoked a single blunt
Today. Now, we are now watching a match of Heath Slater, Rhino, and the fruity drink, Breezango.
The fruity drink.
The fruity drink is what I'm calling them. You don't like it, I don't give a care.
Can we talk about their outfits?
Yes, their outfits. They look like gay
Mariachis.
mariachis. Okay, that's what I was trying to think. Gay mariachis, isn't that right?
I'm going to go with that.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Mariachis are great.
Yes, they are. But
Olay.
now, what I think should be notified here is since Heath Slater has gotten in
Rhino has no ass.
he does not. It's like one big leg.
He's like a penis.
It's a giant penis.
Just the tip. That's what he needs to change the name of the gore to Just the Tip.
But what I'm trying to say is, Heath Slater actually got some moveset that we've seen, and I like the moveset. He still kind of has that jobber shit going on, but he's got the moveset now.
Honestly, when it comes to Heath Slater, he was one of my favorite people in the original season of NXT. And since then, I feel like he hasn't gotten the fair shake that he deserves. Of course, he's had those couple tag team title reigns, but we haven't really seen any implement of his talent on the main roster in a very long time. So it's nice to see him finally getting the chance that he deserves after being considered so irrelevant for a long time.
See, I'm with Novak here. I've been a fan of Heath Slater. He has mic skills. I mean, he has all the. They just don't give him a chance. He's just what we all believe. There's a lot of people out there in the wrestling community believe is because he's not that bodybuilder. He's never been that body. And Vince has a problem with non-bodybuilder people. I mean, yeah, he's giving Rey Mysterio's chances and all this and that. But the problem is he's still like Roman Reigns and Big Cass. Don't get me wrong, I like Big Cass. But somebody here
Okay.
has a different of opinion.
Big Cass would be nothing, absolutely nothing without Enzo. Enzo is the mic man. Enzo does 95% of the work in the ring, and then Cass comes in and cleans house. Cass would have no career without Enzo.
That being said, I do like Cass. Don't get me wrong.
There's a reason it rhymes with ass.
But the problem is he is not a main eventer. Why they put him in the main event? I didn't see the point of it. Really, all I saw him was a filler. He was just a filler in that match that got eliminated quickly, and that was it. Now, if you're gonna do that to somebody, that's a great way to hurt somebody's career. Is just keep putting them in as a filler, because that's all people are gonna see him as. The hardcore fans like me and Novak here, we see that filler spot. We see that filler. We see that jobber. Now, the casual fan will see, oh, Big Cass, I like him. He's going to be in a main event. That's a casual fan. Now, us hardcore fans, we see that filler. Or we see that filler in the spot. Like when Enzo and Cass come out, everybody's excited. I'm excited to hear Enzo talk. He is...
You just said it right there. You're excited to hear Enzo talk.
Exactly. I'm excited. But when I see Big Cass fight, it's like, okay, cool. I'm a big fan of Cass, don't get me wrong. Because he's that big dude, he can move.
So what you're saying is you like big strapping men.
He's always got something to say. He's always got something to say.
I'm just saying, you invited me to be a guest here.
I did invite you to be a guest. It was kind of unexpected. Now, Raw, right now,
It's the shits.
I saw their last ratings. They dipped to 1.88 million viewers. Now, you say that. You look at that and go, well, it's a million viewers. What you got to understand something is they're used to pulling in 3 million, 4 million viewers.
But you also take into consideration Monday Night Football just started. So they're going to get that dip in ratings right off the bat because you're dividing your fan base because when everybody was watching here, when football wasn't around, now you have people watching here, or they're going from channel to channel surfing to find out what's going on. So
that is true. But what you also have to understand is, if you look at their past ratings, they have not truly maintained that 3 million view when football was not on, because it's all people are tired of seeing all the same shit. Now they've added the women's division. That boosted ratings.
Did it?
It did boost ratings, especially when Sasha won the title.
Are you going to say the Divas Revolution that started it brought them ratings? Because...
yeah, the Diva Revolution did start it. Now, like I said, SmackDown is 2 hours. I like SmackDown a lot more. Because it is 2 hours, it flows so more.
It's not just the 2 hour format. They seem to give a shit more about their talent. You're seeing more talent get chances, and more talent you wouldn't normally see get that opportunity. They've rebooted Jack Swagger. Like, you're seeing somebody who's been underutilized forever on a show where they had all this talent to play with. Now that they're, like, marginalized their talent, you're seeing people like Jack Swagger get pushed. Baron Corbin's finally getting a push again. Dolph Ziggler's producing great matches, where he was considered more irrelevant for the most part of this year. You're seeing The Miz revitalized. You're seeing all these careers revitalized right there on SmackDown. You're seeing John Cena's great story leading into that 16th world title reign. Dean Ambrose finally getting character development after a lackluster title run. AJ Styles, the champ that runs the camp, has possibly the best character going on right now.
That's the best point. Now, I also say it flows a lot better because they're about, like he said, they're utilizing the talent. If they were playing like Raw and not utilizing, they're just picking people like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, stuff like that to continue Rusev, to continue the same streak over and over again. People get tired of that. Plus, they get tired of the 3-hour format too, because it's like, okay, an hour, like 2 hours in, you're kind of like, okay, we've seen a lot of the good same people. Now they're going to throw the same people, like the cage match with Romans and Kevin Owens. I was happy to see a cage match again. I have not seen a cage match in truly forever because they kind of stopped it, which I mean, I understand why. I mean, I really actually don't understand why they stopped using the cage match. A cage match is one where it's no running. You can't run no more. You can't hide no more. You are stuck in the cage with your opponent to fight. Now, I always thought it was a great match when it came down to that. Now, SmackDown, they flow. They use a lot of talent. They need a big match.
That being said, SmackDown is not perfect. They have a... When you compare the two rosters, the star power on Raw is so much more evident than it is on SmackDown. SmackDown has to resort to getting people like Kane, who is well past his prime. And while we're on the subject of Kane, I need to point out something from Backlash. Kane absolutely did not need that win. Even if it did continue the storyline, give the match to an up-and-comer. Give it to somebody who doesn't need to be justified with another win that means nothing to his career, who's not going to do anything.
I agree with that. People like Big Show, Mark Henry, Kane. Hell, I would even say Randy Orton sometimes. Now, I do like Randy Orton. Don't get me wrong. I've been a Viper fan. So is he. We've both been Viper fans.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, most of the time, before this new... I mean, I love the renew of the Viperville and the new stuff. It's been great. I have liked it. The thing about it is, Bray Wyatt needed that win more than Kane did.
He needed the win to feel...
Hello. Look at the hairy chest.
He needed the win to establish character because he spent so long building up all this character and just losing every time he was in a big feud. He needed it to stay relevant and stay fresh. He needed something and he didn't get it.
So, my thing is, Bray Wyatt, I'm not going to say he's the next Undertaker because there will be nobody like The Undertaker. But he is that next Dark Force. And if they utilize him correctly, very correctly, he could be the next big Dark Force to eat your worlds. I'm a Bray Wyatt fan. I was not a Husky Harrier fan because I think that was the dumbest game. I thought that was dumb. But this
Husky gets the bitches wet. Husky gets the bitches wet. Did you see that beer belly? I had the jungle juices flowing.
But as Bray Wyatt, he is, I mean, you could just tell with his mic skills and the way he presents himself.
Like a Jake the Snake Roberts.
That is a great point. Jake has said in interviews that he learned very quickly, if you speak softly enough, people listen. Bray Wyatt has taken that. He doesn't yell in his promos. He doesn't have to yell, talk loud, present, like, just boast. He talks.
It's a very hypnotizing pace and a very hypnotizing delivery.
And that's why his character is so good. The problem is, they're not utilizing that character. They're kind of just saying, here's how I see it. Here's a little bit of a push. We're going to push you a little bit. And then they get him right to that big push. That big push that could shoot him up. And then they flop it. They just decide, you know what? Nah, we'll keep you right here. It's like, push him up. I think he'd be a great champion. That would be the best. I would love to see Bray Wyatt as champion. I mean, do you not agree that Bray Wyatt would be an awesome champion?
I think he has the tools to be a good champion. But that being said, you don't need to be the champion to have your career realized and be relevant. Think about all the great superstars that never got to that level, who didn't need the title. They made their career by not being champion. And with Bray Wyatt's character, I think at this point, it's more causing destruction and everything than he needs to be a champion. He needs to build himself back up to the level where he's a believable champion.
That is a good point, and I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Bray Wyatt has the potential to, I don't want to say outshine the championship, because I always say it's not the championship to make the man, it's the man to make the championship.
Exactly.
And if you try to put the belt on somebody just to make them the man, you get a Roman Reigns.
No. You get a Jack Swagger. Remember his World Heavyweight Championship reign.
That is true. Nobody cared. Well, let's put it this way. Look at CM Punk.
You talking about the first one?
The first time he was a title holder, nobody really cared. Well, don't get me wrong. He had a lot of hype from ECW, from Ring of Honor. I mean, he was a big thing.
But at that point, he wasn't a believable world champion caliber competitor because they hadn't seen enough from him.
No. So they gave him the title, and everybody's like, okay, CM Punk's got a title. But why should we care?
But he was, with that title, he was never in the top spot. He was never the guy. It was more of they gave it to him to give it to somebody else. Because remember, when he lost his first world title, he was not even in the match.
Exactly. So you need to make a guy believable again. Like Bray Wyatt, you need to make him a believable again. He can outshine a champion. He can. I believe with this character, he can outshine the champion. Now, when he gets to that caliber, he gets way up there, point where he's the top. He could be a top guy without that champion. Put a title on him. Now, what I think should happen. Now, I mean, you could disagree with me. Right now, get him up to believe, and give him the Intercontinental Champion. Because if you give him the Intercontinental Champion first, he could build that championship persona. He could build that you could believe him to be the next top champion. Now, but like I said, but with his character, he could go from not need the Intercontinental Champion to help him out to get to that top guy. But I do believe that if you kind of build him up a little bit more and more, and then put the Intercontinental title on him and have him feud with the Miz, with the Miz's mic skills the way his mic skills are, and face him with Bray Wyatt's, I think that'd be great. That would be one of the best verbal fights I could think of. Because they both have a way with words. They both do. Miz is a guy that can make you hate him.
Right now, Miz is the only full-fledged 100% heel on SmackDown because AJ gets a positive reaction when he comes out. The only big heel on SmackDown right now that is getting a negative reaction consistently is The Miz. And of course, with the exception of the Talking Smack promo that he cut on Daniel Bryan, he is getting a negative reaction every time he goes out there. He is doing exactly what he needs to do to be a heel. He's doing great work with the storyline with Daniel Bryan. But back to the focus on Bray Wyatt, the best thing they can do with him right now is to have him go over in this feud with Randy Orton, because Randy does not need the win.
Exactly. So here's what I think needs to happen. They have one more match.
They haven't even had one match yet because it got canceled.
That is right. They got canceled. They need to have 3 good matches.
3 matches. Randy wins the first one. Bray wins the second one. Then they have the third match. That has Bray Wyatt going over clean.
That is the best way to do it, because then you look at Bray Wyatt, he just beat Randy Orton, the guy that is been on the top of the world so many times. He is up there with John Cena because they both have both been just raised up and up and up. So they're both top guys, even without the belt. That's the great John Cena and Randy Orton, the 2 great guys for examples. They were raised up so good without a title that they got to that believable title, and then their career progressed. Now here's my thinking. Have 3 matches, right? Like I said, Randy win the first one, Bray win the second one. Now the third one, have them at least have 4 matches. Have Bray go top, like he said, like Novak says, Have him go over, but then have something like a double count out, double disqualification. Something that happened to say, well, I was so close to beating you that third time that I know I can do it. But something happened because Randy Orton's always going to be that guy that gets over. He gets over either way, as a heel, as a face. I mean, he's a better heel. Don't get me wrong, but he does good. He does good both ways. But if you get Bray Wyatt like
Did you
that,
just say Randy Orton does it good both ways?
Yes,
did you
I
make
did.
a bisexual reference to the bisexual superstar?
yes, I did.
Okay.
No offense. No offense. But he goes good, In that fourth match, you have the most amazing spots, amazing matches, and you just have Bray Wyatt go over on him and have that clean win. That way, you can look at it and say, Bray Wyatt is the man. That's why it should be. Bray Wyatt needs to be it. He is so underutilized. So, I mean, just that's the way it should be. Now, there are a lot of good talents, but they haven't defined a top heel, top face, because honestly, SmackDown, it's been rebirthed.
It's like a place where you feel like anybody literally has the opportunity to go there and do something and have a championship match. Look at your first SmackDown title match at SummerSlam, where you saw Dolph Ziggler, who was not being utilized at all before the draft, as the first person to take on Dean Ambrose on SmackDown. And yes, he lost and Dean Ambrose won. Then you had AJ Styles. I mean, now you have, and AJ obviously won the title, and now you have a rematch with Dean Ambrose. You throw John Cena in. Yeah, those are all guys who have been there before, but it's making the way for new people to come because SmackDown is constantly building up their talent. Even the people that are looked at as jobbers are still getting offense in. Look at the Hype Bros. They were one of the final teams in the tag team tournament. Are they ever going to be the tag team champions? Probably not. But they're still getting consistent offense in and having good matches.
So, what SmackDown, I do believe SmackDown needs to do, they need to get that top heel and that top face just to push some things along. That's my thing. They need to find stuff to push things along. Now, I love the fact they say there is no glass ceiling. There is no ceiling. There is none of that brass ring grabbing that everybody's got to fight for. They will give anybody an opportunity that wants it. That is the best thing in the world. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. But they're just, like he said, there are jobbers that are getting offense in now. You're starting to see their move sets. You're starting to invest in these jobbers and say, that guy needs a shot. That guy needs a shot. Except the milkman.
I have the same underwear.
Except
I don't wear them though.
No. But that's my thing. So,
underwear in general.
yeah, I don't either. But that's just my thing. I like SmackDown the way that is. Now, we're watching the main event, which is showing a preview of Monday Night Raw, the ending match.
It's showing a preview?
A review. I said review, didn't I? Or did I say preview?
You said preview.
I'm sorry, I meant review of it.
It's not a review either, it's a recap.
Recap, review, whatever. Okay, it's a recap. What happened?
You know, like what you're doing, recap.
Yeah.
Recap that ass.
But what they're doing right now, WWE's doing right now, is they're playing a Shield reunion. They're playing a Shield reunion. There has been, since they broke up, the year after they broke up, there was a rumor of a Shield reunion. After that, there was so is it going to happen? That's how he feels about it.
Vince, the asshole of the Shield.
Because you know what? Vince is still trying to get Roman Reigns over. Here's how you do it. You regroup the Shield.
I mean, that was when he was at his most popular, so that is smart. But at the same time, when you break them up, you're going to have the same result.
But if they do it right, which WWE has a problem doing, if they can do it right, they can actually make him. They can actually keep that.
Did you say do him right?
Yes, I said do him right.
Okay.
We have been going about 25 freaking minutes. I'm sorry if my vocabulary is being mixed up.
Can you spell vocabulary?
Shut up.
I didn't think so.
But they do it right. Then he could go over. But the problem is, the fans, hardcore fans, like I said, me and Novak are.
You should also always believe in the heart of the cards.
And for you stupid idiots that don't know that, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. So, I'm going to cap this off because it's almost filling up my memory. Look. We both, right here, are the most hardcore WWE fans. We look at it. We love it. We watch it as much as we possibly can. We watch everything. We watch Raw. We watch SmackDown. We'll watch Main Event. We'll watch NXT.
Broken Back Door Sluts 3. You know, just all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. We go for the WWE. We hope it goes for a long time. We hope our kids are able to watch it. We love the company. So, we're cheering for it. It needs to get better. And here's Novak for to sign us out.
Thank you guys so much for checking out the video again. You know me, I'm representing the House of No Vatican right here on Reality in Play. Thank you guys again for checking it out. I'll see you guys in the next one. And by the way, don't beat off on Wednesday, because remember, it's God's Day.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Also, eat my ass with a spoon.
Really.
Fuck my titties.
Great outgoing message.